Soye Savoir, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, fire destroys three-story residential building. Bankruptcy looms for 512 businesses. And 9 traders penalized for unethical practice.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
A 3-story residential building was fully destroyed by a fire on Kennedy Road, Nandi last night. According to police, the blaze started at around 6 p.m. FBC News understands the building is the residence of Imam Ali, operator of Imam's Fiji Tours transfer charter. It's believed the company also lost a few vehicles in the incident. The NFA is trying to ascertain the cause of fire and estimated cost of damage. More than 500 local businesses have indicated they may face bankruptcy if the COVID-19 pandemic continues for another 6 months. Minister for Commerce and Trade, Fayaz Koya, revealed this in Parliament today while responding to a question on the purpose of the business survey the ministry conducted in partnership with International Finance Corporation. Pranita Prakash reports over 3,500 businesses from across all the sectors participated in the survey were micro and small enterprises.
Majority of the businesses surveyed have indicated that COVID-19 pandemic has changed the entire business landscape.
And the results reveal that the main impacts felt have been depletion in cash flows to adequately manage their business operations or service their debt, inability to fully operate all the functions of the business, and that's because of reduced hours of operation and cancelled or delayed capital works, difficulty in managing and actually retaining employees and customers, and concerns on the supply and increase in the cost of raw materials.
Minister Koya says over 1,000 businesses have indicated a substantial loss in revenue.
1,200 businesses stated that they expect a decrease in their revenue by 75%. Should the impacts of COVID-19 continue for up to another 6 months, with about 512 odd expecting bankruptcy.
Koya stressed these are preliminary findings and a final report will be out by next month. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Police are seeking legal advice from the Director of Public Prosecution's office before they can charge the 54-year-old man from Sorsor Village, Lambasa, who is alleged to have breached self-quarantine orders. The man was taken in by police for questioning yesterday for allegedly not following quarantine restrictions when he arrived in the country from India in late March. In a statement this morning, police stated the man has been charged with 1 count of failure to comply with orders and was to appear at the Lambasa Magistrates Court. However, FBC was informed the man would not be produced in court today as he is yet to be charged. Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiveni Giliho says investigators will be seeking further legal advice before the suspect is produced in court. The man remains in custody. The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission is taking legal action against 9 traders who were engaged in unethical practices during the COVID-19 lockdown period. The traders are now facing fines of up to $250,000. The FCCC is warning other traders who may be engaged in unethical trade practices to rethink their actions and correct themselves. The FCCC had conducted 3,503 inspections during the COVID-19 crisis, of which enforcement action has been instituted against 202 traders. The FCCC is calling on everyone to be vigilant. Over $2 million has been spent by government in this financial year for the construction of seawalls in various communities. Waterways Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says many communities are starting to experience coastal flooding or erosion attributed to the 6-millimeter sea level rise that Fiji experienced in recent years. In an effort to reduce the risks, the ministry is collaborating with relevant stakeholders discussing effective strategies to better deal with this environmental phenomenon.
For this, we are working closely with Ministry of Forestries to undertake nature-based solutions. because the hard engineering solutions, these are very expensive, and also the longevity of it is not very high. A nature-based solution to deal with problem arising from nature.
People living along coastal lines will now be able to get real-time information on possible storm surges. Minister for Meteorological Services, Chone Sumate, says the latest development at the Nandi Meteorological Office is a storm surge model that was tested during TC Herald. Usumate says while the centre continues working on upgrading the use of radar to track cyclones, they have also considered the threat of storm surges to the thousands of coastline villages and settlements. The minister says other nations in the region will also benefit from the use of the model.
With storm surge modelling in place, alerts and warnings issued to coastal communities can be disseminated with confidence, and the development of critical infrastructure along or near the coast can be tailored to accommodate the wave height predictions produced by the model.
The Pacific community has received requests from 8 island countries, including Fiji, for plant tissue culture materials and vegetable seeds to counter the impacts of COVID-19 and Tropical Cyclone Harold. The community says they expect more requests in the coming months. The handing over of these materials is part of the Seed for Life project, and Agriculture Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the assistance will build resilience in the sector and also boost food security.
A total of 166,000 kilograms of vegetable seeds and over 10,000 tissue culture seedlings, and these requests have come from our members to CPACT. Of course, we are expecting much more.
Herald, where agriculture sector suffered the largest value of loss, about $35.9 million of loss of our output.
The government has invested around $9.5 million in groundwater development projects and has drilled 213 boreholes. Infrastructure Minister Chone Sumate works around drilling boreholes is very complex as it deals with residents and the environment. He notes it's also crucial for the Water Authority to manage the borehole well. The ministry has successfully completed another 23 groundwater surveys, 17 groundwater drillings, and 7 borehole reticulations in this financial year.
First of all, the ministry has to identify and make available ground resources where present. So it has to go around, identify where there are potential groundwater resources, aquifers and so forth. Identify these because these will be needed for human consumption and also for development.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Fiji national men's sevens head coach Gareth Baber's priority is to ensure players are injury-free and are physically prepared before the next leg of the HSBC 7 series.
I think that any international athlete would say that 12 weeks out of a program is a huge chunk of time for them not to be at the levels of training that they need to do. And yeah, we would be nowhere near playing in Olympics, and we'd be nowhere near playing in HSBC series. So there's a huge amount of work that needs to be done for these players.
The Parramatta Eels have extended their lead to the top of the NRL standings after an emphatic 34-6 win over the Broncos last night. There is one man to thank for making the controversial NRL restart a reality. ARLC chairman Peter V'landys has been ridiculed in recent weeks over his ambitious and determined plans to get rugby league back up and running. But now he is being credited for masterminding the return of the games and saving the sport from financial ruin. A trough of low pressure remains slow moving just to the east of Nonlevu. Mostly cloudy conditions are prevailing elsewhere. There's a slight chance of showers late in the afternoon. Forecast for the weekend is for more cloudy conditions. And that's your FBC News Now. Join us again at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. In times of crisis, you need news you can trust. Get the facts about the coronavirus from credible news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news, www.fbcnews.com.fj. Keeping Fijians connected with the truth. Have a safe weekend.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.